Warning, this video contains rude sounds.
Hello everybody, Food here. Welcome to Illustrator Jones. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also, if you want to know when the latest video is about to be released, please subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Bye everybody.
Hello everybody, welcome to Illustrator Jones once again. Yeah, just a quickie today, only just over 10 minutes long this video. I've been asked by somebody who writes very funny poems. Her name is Kerry Chappelle and she's written some poems she would like me to illustrate, so I've done some sketches and drawings for her, which for a poem about Romans who invade Great Britain and then invade Wales, and all their armour gets rusty and they can't move, and that's how it all turns out really bad for the Romans anyway. It's a very funny poem, and I'm hoping she's going to let me put this on my channel. But anyway, it's a very funny poem, so I said I'd have a go at doing some drawings for it and illustrate some of the little scenes that are in the poem. So I had to do a little bit of research on what the Romans wear. You know, I did a mistake there, you see, that, you know, the cross up the calves of the legs, the crossing of they weren't like that, I don't think. I think they were straight. Anyway, yeah, so I had to do a bit of research on the Romans and what they looked like and what they wore, and I went from there, just made them into cartoons. But working out their armour and the helmets and things was quite a pickle. Because I have a tendency to try and draw something straight away without even looking at anything, because I'm lazy, basically. And I drew a first Roman. It looked absolutely ridiculous. It didn't look anything like a proper Roman, so I had to do some research, which is obvious. It's obvious, Chris. You have to do research for these kind of things. You don't know really what a Roman looks like off the top of your head. You daft thing. Anyway, yeah, so I've drawn a Roman soldier mid-pose, and he's in the middle of Wales, and of course it's rained on him and he's rusted and he can't move, he's solid and he's been there for centuries and everybody thinks he's a Roman statue. I thought that was really funny. The poor lady that's got to watch this video later may not agree. I'm sorry, Kerry. I can't help it. Yeah. So I'm hoping she'll let me put this on my channel. But how is everybody getting on? Bet you didn't expect this today, did you? Drawing Roman soldiers? No. But I just love the funny idea behind the story that she's written, which is really, really funny. Who'd have known that she had such a funny sense of humour? And yeah, so I'm inking it up now. It didn't take long to map out, really. You saw me start with a stick man, basically, and I worked from there. Then, just add the little shapes to it, his arms and his legs. But you did notice I did the shoulder pads wrong. I did those with horizontal lines when they should have been vertical, so I've had to change those. I just thought it'd be funny to have a car driving away, and whoever is in the car saying, "It says turn left at the old Roman statue." It's not a statue, it's still him. Not that he'd be alive in reality, of course. He'd just be a bundle of dust. He'd just be a little heap of dust with some iron filings around him, wouldn't he? That's all, bits of iron around him, or iron dust. But no, He's still in his pose, which I just thought was funny. Yeah, just a quick video this week. I didn't think I'd. I thought a little bit of a change from the scribble sketch and the monster drawing. I also show you how I work out. I do this a little bit different later on the computer. I'll show you in a minute how it's done. I have an idea as I'm inking up. I'm thinking, oh, that would have been a good idea. I'm going to stick that in. Oh, no. And then I think, no, it's okay. I can do it on the computer. I can do it in Photoshop. So I'll show you what that is in a minute. So now I'm sticking a really thick black line around the outside of this because I'm going to... Sorry, sounded like an airplane attendant, pilot. No. Yeah, it's. I'm putting a thick line around because I'm going to reduce them down when I put them in the book. And if I don't do that, the line will thin out and they won't look very good. So I have to put this thick line around everything. So when it's reduced down, it still looks alright. It's a nondescript car. It's just a rubbish car that I draw. It's a little cartoon car. But yeah, it was quite good fun to draw. It's very funny. You'll see the whole thing in a minute. The other characters I've drawn, because I had to draw Caesar. I had to draw some Britons, or a Briton, and I had to draw some North Walians. I was going to shove them out, all shouting out Yaki Da, but I might get mobbed by my neighbours because I live in Wales. Oh dear. Yeah. Don't want to do that. Don't want to upset anybody. I say I live in Wales. I was born in Wales, for crying out loud. Yeah, there we go. Rubbing out the pencil. As usual, rubbing out the pencil. It's a little bit of cross-hatching just to give it, liven it up a little bit, give it a bit of depth and detail. The idea, I don't know if you've seen the. I bet you have the Horrible Histories books. That's what's given me the idea to do this. A little bit like that kind of thing, but in my own style. So I do like these characters with big noses, and you can't see their eyes. Although I change that later on in a minute on the computer if you watch. Yeah, won't be long now. So here's the text for the balloon coming from the car. The map says turn left at the old Roman statue. I thought I'd already said that. Didn't I write that on there earlier? No. There's a little balloon. And here it is scanned in on the computer. Zoom in for you a little bit. There we go. I always use the same numbers for when I adjust the brightness and contrast on Photoshop. I always use the brightness at 10. I increase that by 10, the number 10. I don't know if it's 10%. Yeah, it must be 10%. And then the contrast I increase to 60%. On black and white ink drawings, these kind of drawings. Can't do that on colour because the colours will be too harsh and it looks horrible. But on the black, yeah. So it's 10% up on the brightness and 60% on the contrast. And I do that for every black drawing. There you go. There's the book layout, and the little Roman soldier put in behind Caesar. Got to reduce everything now. Then I realised, that's no good. So I'm gonna have to do something with the car in a minute. You'll see what I do. I put in the background, the pink background on there for now, so that when I do a white surround on the drawing, I have artifacts on there which I need to rub out, little dots and things of black so I have to rub those out. I'll change it in a minute from the pink. It's only so I can see those dots. There we go. I've called it the Rusty Romans, but I don't know if Kerry wants it to be called that. I just thought it worked really well. Rusty Romans. Anyway. And of course there is Kerry Chappell's copyright at the bottom there, so nobody going nicking a blinking poem. You can't do that, I'm afraid. It's very funny, very, very funny. Now the font I've used is my own writing. I created a font years ago with my own writing, so that's the font I've used on that. It's my own handwriting. There we go. Now this is the idea I had, that I thought, oh, this is better if I do this, because he's been sitting there for centuries, standing there rusted to the spot. I thought I'll give him a big long beard, you know, to make him look like he's ancient. So that was the idea. It just makes it a bit more funny, I think. Yeah, and he's got bad teeth because he can't clean his teeth. Remember, everybody, kiddies, clean your teeth. I haven't said that for a while. Anyway, yeah, changing the colour of the background now to something a little bit brighter. And then I had this idea. I'm going to make this look like it's sitting on some old parchment paper. So I did this, basically just a black line with my Huion tablet, which is absolutely brilliant, which is working really well. Thank you, Mr. Huion. Anyway, there we go, and I made it look like a little bit of parchment paper in colour. And I quite like that. I thought it was alright, that. Yeah, it made the surround a little bit darker, just to give it a bit of definition. And that's it. That's the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. I will see you again. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Illustrator Jones just wanted to say a huge thank you to Duckomayeth and the arty side of space for supporting Illustrator Jones on Patreon. If you would consider supporting Illustrator Jones on Patreon, you will be able to access members-only content. Thank you for your kind support.
Leave me here, all at the end of the video, just 'cause you're embarrassed of me and you didn't want this lady to hear me, did you? No. Honestly, what are you like? You big hypocrite, leaving me down here at the bottom of the video. You do know that I'm the one everybody watches and wants to see on these videos, not you and your rubbish drawing. Good grief, honestly, what is this world coming to? Sniff this, baby.